Alright, I'm Santa Claus this year. I can choose whatever player I want, so I make my favorite team of the first half of the season or just before the go into the new year. There are a lot of players that also had to left out that are really great, but you have to make a choice. I make a starting 11 and a player on the bench. Starting with the formation, a 4-4-2 diamond formation that easily merged into a 4-3-3 formation. Normally you look at the players and then you look at the formation. I do it this time the other way around because I have the choice to pick whoever I want. If we start with the starting formation 4-4-2, of course we take our big guy in the back, Mumbai's goalkeeper, who is really, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper at this moment in India, and he will guarantee me playing a lot of zeros in the back. That means clean sheets. Sana in the back together with Gonzalez. Then on the right side Prabir, left side we have Arkesh, is it? Yes. And then we have, of course, Jahu on the midfield, Suresh, Burgess, Crivellaro up front, Valskis with Krishna. This is basically the starting 11, but that does not mean, this is always my starting 11. On the bench we have Gurmeet from Northeast, then we have Murtada Fall, we have of course Mandar, we have Mehtap Singh, then we have now I got KP Rahul, sorry, Manvir, we have Hitesh, that I think is a really great midfielder, we have Edo Bedia as one of my favorite players in the league, and of course Brandon. Now within this team we have a lot of things to look at. That doesn't mean that the starting 11 that I've put up, that is always my starting 11, because there are a lot of options possible within this team. The first thing I always look at in a team is, as I said, someone who almost guarantees you not conceding too many goals, and Mumbai goalkeeper absolutely is there a plus. The second thing we look at is the scoring ability. Within this team, of course, you always look first at the strikers. I have one striker who is all round, and I have one striker who has speed, can play on the counter, and both deliver goals. On the plus, and the plus side also with Valskis, you have length. That means you also can even play with a long ball. Then you look at the midfield scoring ability. Burgess, he can score goals if he can play box to box. Crivellaro can score goals, we know that. And on the bench I have Manvir who can score goals, I have Brandon who can score goals, I have Edo Bedia who can score goals. And of course, even a defender, Murtada Fall, who score goals. So the scoring ability within the team and on the bench is very high, and that is always what wins you games. And of course, KP Rahul, who still has to prove a lot, but I know he has scoring ability. He already scored one this season. So that's a great plus. We have a lot of scoring ability. Then we look at the assist qualities. That means you can have players who can score goals, but I also look at who has assists. And of course, you start with Jahu with his passing range, who can put in one pass. Last year, for instance, with Jackie Chan, he put in one pass in front of the goalkeeper, and that is also, of course, for the strikers. Burgess has the ability for assist. That is the same for Crivellaro. That is the same for Prabir on the right side. Now I leave out the two strikers, Krishna and Valskis, because they will contribute to goals. But I look more specifically the other players. And on the bench, Brandon has assist quality. It's the same for Edo Bedia. That is the same for Manvir. Even he plays from the wing. And basically that shows the scoring ability and the assist. So we have a lot in abundance. Within this 4-4-2 we can even change. If you want to be more defensive, I play with an Indian striker up front, Manvir, and Murtada Fall comes inside. It doesn't mean that in this case Gonzalez always will play. It could also be that Murtada plays. So there is an opportunity to be more defensive. and then we don't lose even scoring ability from Indian striker up front. We can also even play with two Indians up front. KP Rahul can play as a striker in a 4-4-2 system. So he's not just always a winger, he has the speed. So you could even play with an Indian strike force up front that, in my opinion, guarantees you some goals. If we change to a 4-3-3, there are many options. You can see here where I choose Burgess as a holding midfielder. I have a strong defensive block in the back. Valskis as the top striker that can hold the ball, who's good also during crosses, and have KP and Brandon on the wings. There are still other opportunities, of course, with the Prabir and Akash. I have depth on the wings. I have even still the opportunity to change Mander, who is on the bench, as a left back or a left winger. So there are a lot of options to change. And we would be able even to play with a full Indian squad, in my opinion, that would not what is the right word, that even would be able to compete and have all foreigners on the bench. So this is my favorite, or I think best possible, starting 11 plus bench, and all the mixes and all the combinations. There are still more combinations open, but I think I gave you an idea of what I think are at this moment the best players, and put them into a formation and combination. All right, see you at the next one.